Okay, now we have the JDK set up on our machine. Now let's make sure it's working properly in the terminal. I'm going to go over a few things that's going to help you get that established. So let's get into it. Okay, we're now at 1.3, Java in the terminal. Now let's go to the curriculum. Now let's scroll down to the Windows version. I just want to let everyone know I am going to set this up on the Windows because a lot of the times the Windows version is a little bit more confusing because there may be a few working parts and it's so easy to get confused when you're new to developing how to set things up. I will in the future do videos on a Mac and how to set it up later. But for right now, these videos will be Windows based. Now, if you're in the launch code cohort, just put it in Slack or whatever channel we're using at the time so we can get you that set up if you are on a Mac and you're struggling. Or if you're on my Discord channel, make a note in the Discord channel and I'll help you there as well. So here at 1.3.2, Windows users, let's write a simple Hello World program and watch the JDK in action. In the future, we'll be doing most of our Java coding with the IntelliJ IDE. IntelliJ contains many features to help us write Java properly and easily, including its own compiler. For now, though, we'll use a simpler text editor so we can demonstrate what we get in the JDK with the JDK. In the text editor of your choice, create and save a file called helloworld.java and include the code below. Now, I am going to show you how to set this up in using our Git Bash. Now, some of you may be familiar with how to use this tool to run code. It's like the terminal, and you can run code in the terminal on a Mac. So I'm going to show you how to set this up using Git Bash because Git Bash uses the Linux syntax. So first, let me do an ls and to see where I'm at. And right now I'm not at root. I need to get to root. So I'm gonna go cd tilde and it puts me at root. You see the tilde. So now when I do ls, now I can see the files that I have. Now remember, on a Windows machine, all of your documents may not be in the My Documents folder or the document folder. Remember, those files are on the OneDrive from me. Now you have to make sure that you know where these files are, but I know that it's in my OneDrive. And if you have Windows 11, you may have the same situation, or Windows 10 as well. So let me cd into OneDrive. And let me do an ls. As you can see, I'm in OneDrive right now. Let me do an ls. And let me make this bigger. And let me see if I can get this to go. All right. So let me scroll up and let me go ahead. And now I know I'm in OneDrive right here. Now let me see what's inside this OneDrive. Let me ls the list. And I see that document folder. So I'm going to cd into that document folder. Oh, let me do it right. I hit tab to autocomplete for me. And you want to learn your shortcuts. It makes developing a whole lot simpler. Hit enter. And now I'm in the document folder. Let's see what's in there. Okay. I see I have a few things in there. And so what I'm going to do, I have a test folder right here. So I'm going to cd into this test folder. Let me see. Let me just create a new folder. Let me do that first. I'm gonna make directory, and I'm going to call this LC101. All right. So I just made a directory. I'm gonna do an ls, and you can see I have it over here called. Let me highlight it for you. LC101. As you can see it on the end right here. Now I'm going to cd into that folder, meaning change directory. So I'm going to do LC, and I'm going to hit tab so it can autocomplete for me. Hit enter, LS, There's nothing in it. So I'm going to make this folder. So I'm going to do touch, because this is how you create a file. So touch, and what did it tell us to call it? It said Java or Hello World. That's what it was called. Hello. And I'm going to camel case it. And then I'm going to put the extension Java on the back of it to let it know that this is a Java file. I hit enter. I do ls. And I didn't do ls, I just did ls. So there's my Hello World Java. Now I'm going to vim into this file, because in order to get into a file, you have to vim to get into a file. And let me go back to the curriculum, because I want to copy something. I'm going to copy this information right here. And now I'm going to go back to my Git Bash. And then now I'm going to type vim. And then I'm going to do hello. And if I hit the tab, and now I'm inside of Vim. Now let me bring this down just a little bit for you, because it's kind of, I want you to see something. So I'm going to make this bigger so you can see the top. Oh man, sometimes it's just hard to get stuff to stretch this stuff out. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm at the top. In Vim, you're going to have to type I to insert anything in here. So you see insert down here. And so now I'm going to paste that in, and it doesn't let me paste that in there. So let me go ahead and do this. I got to right click it and hit paste when I copied, and it didn't copy for me. So let me go back. Let me do this, because sometimes Vim is kind of temperamental. So let me go ahead, copy, come back here. And then I'm going to get rid of the extra space. Then I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste that in. Where you at? There we go. Now, to get out of Vim, you have to hit the escape key. And then you have to type a colon, or you see the colon right there at the bottom. And then WQ. So W means to write, Q means to quit. And did it do it? Let me, okay, there, it just took a minute. So now I'm out, I'm there, I have the file. And so now let's go back and finish reading the instructions. Now here, it is telling me to put that code, write this code, and we'll discuss the syntax of this program soon. But you can likely trust your gut that this program has expected output of Hello World. That's what we want to see. Now, here's some instructions. It says, whenever using the terminal in this course, use Git Bash. Well, I'm using Git Bash because I'm on a Windows machine, not the command prompt and not the Windows prompt, what is called Windows PowerShell. We're not going to use that. We want to use Git Bash. And just we'll talk about that later on, just to help you understand. But we kind of gave you some instructions on how to create this path. We want to create this path here. But before I create that path, let me first check to see if it installed it for me in the path. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to run the command. And to run the command for the compiler, I just need to type Java. And the name of the file is Hello World Java. Hit enter. There, it printed out Hello World. So I don't need to make the, what I want to say, path for this or environment variable, but I'm about to show you how to do it. So here, if that did not work for you, that means you have to add this path. Now, according to this, it is telling you to open up your Explorer window, right? And so inside the Explorer window, let me make this a little bit smaller. Hopefully you can see it, because I want to show you what we're trying to get to. All right, so I'm in my Explorer window, and it's telling me I need to go to the program. But remember, if you're on Windows, your program, you have to go to this PC, and then you have program files right here, because that's where it's stored. And then it's telling me to go look for the Java, which is right here, the folder right here. And then it has the JDK and then bin. Now, how do you get that path? You have to click on this caret right here, drop down. And it does what? Let me open this up for you so you can see it. My mouse is kind of sensitive here. So I'm going to make that bigger. So I'm going to come up to the drop down caret, click it, and then here's the path that I want right there. And let me go back because it didn't do what I, here we go. Program file, Java JDK. And then I want, here we go. I want that file right there, that C file. I'm going to right click. See if it'll let me right click it here. Nope. So I'm going to do a copy. Hopefully this is going to let me copy it. I'm going to come down to my term. Now this time I need the command prompt. So I'm going to open up the command prompt because notice this set right here. This is only going to work on the command prompt. And so some of you might not have did this, used the command prompt. You might have got confused and you tried to install it right here using the Windows PowerShell. But we need the command prompt. And so here we have a command. So type set. This is what it should look like. Set. And then I'm a capital PHT. Assignment operator. We're assigning this. Percent sign or modulo, because we've been doing this for a while. Then I'm going to close it off with a closing parenthesis, semicolon, and then let me see if it'll copy it there. It copied it in, the whole path. This is what you want to do. And then you're going to hit enter. I don't need to do this because it's already in my environment. Now, once you do that, I want you to go ahead and run it. Now, some of you did this, maybe some of you didn't. Let me explain something to you. Now, I'm going to close this. Down here, further down, it tells you, you should see the greeting printed. Once you do that, run this command right here, and it's going to print hello world. Now it says, recall the walkthrough on the previous page. Java needs to be compiled before executing. Java version 11 introduced the capability to compile single file Java programs without explicitly running a command to compile. If our Hello World program were more complex and contained another file, we would need to first run Java C hello world.java to compile, followed by Java hello world.java. Now, check this out here. This is a note. Some of you might have done this. Some of you might not have. You might have glossed over this. This is why I'm reading it, because I want to point something out here for you. Note, these steps change the path in just that directory. While this is sufficient to get us through the rest of the course, you may want to change the system path for your whole system. Check out the instructions to change the path globally. Now, I need to show you this. This is going to help you. And you want to understand the machine. This is why I want to show you on Windows, because it's different ways to do different things. First, if you're using Windows 11, there's a bug, and I want to show you this bug. If I come down here and I click on my window and then I type edit, and you see what popped up? Edit environment variables for your account. When I click on this, this is the system variable. Remember when I was on the command prompt and I typed the command SET and it gave me everything that was in the system's variable. It gave me all the variables, it gave me everything that's on the system. But when I was on the other program where I was typing in LS, it just gave me those local directories. So remember, command prompt is like DOS, and it gives you everything on your operating system. Well, here's that information right here. System variables. The reason why I say there's a bug, notice these are grayed out. New, edit, delete. There's nothing I can do with that. So that means I can't edit it. There's a bug. I'm going to cancel out of this, and I'm going to show you how to get to it another way. This time I'm going to type admin. So it says view advanced system settings. That's what I want. View advanced system settings, and then come down here and click on environment variables. Now I can edit. Now what I wanted to show you here on my path right here, if I click edit, here we go, all my files that's on here. And one of the things that I believe is in here, let me see if I can find it. Windows, I don't see it here. There it is. Java Home. It's in here. That bin is already that file. That's where this file will go. And that's where it's going to be stored when you follow that command. So I don't want to touch that. Also, when you're in this, don't delete anything out of the system's variable. But now we want to make this global. And how do I do that? Let me show you. I want to come back here. I'm going to open back up the bin. I'm going to go back to the JDK right here. All I need is this right here. I need the path right here. I need that path. You see what I did? The drop down, it gives me the path, the C program files Java JDK, right? I'm going to copy that. Now I'm going to come back over here to my system variables, and I'm going to create a new variable. The variable name, this is global, and this is called the Java. Do it just like this. Java Home, all caps. This is what we call an environment variable. An environment variable is a key value pair. You're familiar with this with objects. So I'm going to paste that in. Java Home is my key, and the C program file Java JDK 11.7 is my value. So now I'm going to say, okay, now I have that saved. Hit OK. Hit OK. And now when I come back over here, and then I'm going to close this out, because sometimes you got to close out these terminals. And so now I'm going to type Java-V. And there it is. I have 11.7. Now, understand something here. Earlier in the lesson, what did we say here? It said these steps change the path in just that directory. This is key. Right now, it may not make sense to you because you probably haven't played around with it. But I'm going to show you down the road when I show you how to set up what we call Java, where you can do a Java version management tool. We're used to it in Node with the Node version manager tool, which is called NVM, which this was inspired by. And this tool will allow you to change the different versions of Java. But I'm not going to show you that here now. I'll show you later, but I just want to help you get everything set up. So that's the end of this video. We know it's working. It should be working for you. If you are having problems, reach out in the Slack channel for Launch Code or my Discord channel for Evolvify, and we'll help you get it set up or answer any of your questions if you're still having a challenge with this. So again, the more you practice, the more you improve. See you in the next section. Have a good day.